Hi everyone, in today's video I will show you best practices for error handling in PowerShell. So, in this video you will learn the best practices for error handling in PowerShell. I will tell about try-catch block, and about the throw, about write error, and about some other interesting options. But first of all, you need to remember to use a consistent template pattern. So a clean production style pattern will look like this. So I will show you that in a second. We'll create a simple function. So function like this, and we will do getSafeItem. So now, at the beginning, you should enable the CmdletBinding if you will use it. If you are not going to use it, you don't have to, but I will use it in the function, so I will do it. Later, you have to pass the parameters. So, in that case, you can specify if the parameter will be mandatory or no. Yeah, I can do it. In my case, it will be mandatory, so parameter and mandatory, like this. Now, of course, we have to specify the variable, so string and the path. So the path variable will be mandatory in that case. Now, you can add the try-catch block. First of all, you have to, of course, add the try block. So in the try block, we will try to get and the item from the user. So get item, so user will provide the path, and I will do error now action and stop, like this. And now we can close that, so we'll go and we can create the catch block. Now we will use something what we call a ThrowTerminatingError. If you don't understand the syntax of this, what I will write right now, you can go back to the video when I described every parameter from this thing that I'm doing here. So we will do the variable, and now we have to specify the system, management, automation, and now error, not category, but record. Category will be like there. And now we have to specify new, and we can open the parentheses. And first of all, we have to pass the exception. So we will pass the exception. Now, after the comma, you have to write get item failed, for example. Failed. Now, again, you have to specify the error category. So now we'll use the system, management, automation, and error category. And now it will be object not found. And in the last line, we have to specify the error cause, I would say. So it is the path. Now we can close that. So this is something what we call throwing a terminating error. And at the end, we have to do PSCmdlet.ThrowTerminatingError, and we have to pass this variable, so ErrorRecord, like this. We have to close the catch block, we have to close our function, and it should work. I hope I didn't make any spelling mistakes, but we'll test it. So let's try to actually pass the item that we have. So I have the file.txt. So we basically shouldn't see the error, so I will pass it like this. So get save item with the path of file.txt. As you can see, it is working fine. But now maybe I will clear that and go like this, and now we will call it with the file that we actually don't have. So it will be, for example, missing file. As you can see, we are getting the error getSafeItem cannot find path because it does not exist. We are getting the exact problem, so this line is the problem, and as you can see, item not found exception, so this is how it works. And now I will tell you some other good practices. So the second one will be always using the ErrorAction Stop in the try section. So you have to use it right there. Why? Because without it, errors may not be terminating and this catch block may never run. So it ensures the predictable control flow. First of all, choose the right error mechanism. So you can just use, for example, throw and something went wrong for a very simple mechanism, or you can use the right and error and, for example, the message and I don't know, and the error like this for non-terminating errors. So this is what you can do, and you can use the throw terminating error, something what we did here, for the more advanced functions, I would say. So this is very useful. So you can also catch the specific exception first. So if you are, for example, catching the error, if you are doing the program where you are checking if the person is above or below 18 years old, you are basically checking if someone is adult. First of all, you can, for example, catch the error if the number that user provides is less than 0, because of course the person cannot be -1 years old, for example. Later you can, for example, throw the error when you are passing the number between 1 and 18. So this is also, I think, very important. And it is very important to don't lose the original exception. So you should do something like this. So catch and throw, because you will just throw the original exception. If you will do something like this, so catch, throw, and, for example, something failed, you are basically overriding the original exception. You know that something failed, but you don't know actually what failed. So I think this is also very very useful. And this is basically, I think, all in this video. If you found this video helpful and you know how to handle errors and you know the best practices in PowerShell, you can leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next videos.